This is Paul with LSP Data, where we focus on niche data to help you find your next off-market deal. In this video, I wanted to walk you through our pre-foreclosure platform, right? So if you visit lspdata.io, you can easily sign up here in the county pre-foreclosure, right? We have different pricing models, and we also have a nationwide. But for this case, going to be focusing on a specific state, and this is the state of Texas here. So if you do sign up, again, you can always enter LSP data at checkout for a 7-day free trial. But if you do access it, right, sign up. Once you're signed in, you can access our county information, right? Our data varies, but I'm going to use a couple of examples here, right? For some of them, we have a lot more data than others. But in this example, we can sort of quickly identify a lot of pre-foreclosures. Right here, we have a county pre-foreclosures set to yes. And all this is doing is applying specific filters for what we know to be pre-foreclosures, right? And if we want to step back here, I want to show you a little bit of definitions, right? So list pendants is when there is a for sure pre-foreclosure happening, right? Appointment of trustee or substitute of trustee. At that point, the mortgage already assigns a different trustee so they can handle the pre-foreclosure. Modification could be modification of the loan, meaning that the person is maybe structuring a new loan with their lender, with the bank, etc., right? And obviously there's other ones as well. What I like to show a lot of our customers is how many days do you have ahead, right? So that way, if you do come and pull a list, whether it's from our platform or not, how long do you have to market, right? And obviously, specifically, because, time is of the essence. So a lot of time you want to act fairly quickly, where other times you may have, additional time, like let's say a tax delinquency, right? So just depends as well. As many of you know, by the time you get a hold of the property owner, they may wait until last minute, right? And at that point, they may be open to hearing someone, that's willing to help them out in their situation, right? And like I talked about before, many of you who are experienced, you know about creative financing, right? You may end up doing a promissory note where you act like the lender and maybe you pay off the mortgage, right? Anyways, a lot of options, obviously, in real estate. I always see real estate as sort of like an iceberg. And a lot of us are sort of in that tipping point where there's a lot more to it as well. But I like to, provide education into what pre-foreclosures are because, if you're using commercial products, typically their pre-foreclosure filter is you're really getting 3 different instrument types from county, right? Whereas we're providing you everything, right? Again, we make it easy on you to sort of, select those pre-foreclosures. And here, it's as simple as exporting your list, right? Here, you can also apply, many of you like to do absentee owners or reach out to individuals, as in excluding corps, LOCs, etc., right? And maybe you're interested in doing absentee owners. So it's as simple as selecting those county pre-foreclosures, absentee, and if you're looking for specific asset classes as well, right? You can choose that as well. So if you're looking for a single family, maybe you're focused on a residential duplex as well, right? It's as simple as that. We don't limit you for the data exports, but you'll have to, you can export 1,500 at a time. And basically, let me pull you just to show you how easy this is to export. And this is ready to be skip trace, or this is ready for you to do some mailers, right? And it provides all the relevant information here. So not going to show any ownership information, but as you can see, everything that you need is there. So it's very, very simple, right? The other bit as well, we like to, again, the platform already starts in a filter state, meaning that all the information that we get from county information is going to be here already, right? So it makes it easy for you not to go through millions of records and apply all these absentee owners, high equity, etc., like you normally do in other platforms. Instead, you already get a filter view, right? So from here, you can stop here or you can continue, and as we're scrolling down, you can see that we have a tax delinquent, a violation as well, right? And other relevant information. So here, if you wanted to further down, right, and go to, let's say you're looking for eviction ones, you can also do that, right? And at this point, again, all of these ones as well have some sort of eviction that took place. And on top of that, they have a pre-foreclosure sort of factor as well, right? So it makes it super easy for you to further, filter down. But like I said, even when you first log in, right? That's why a lot of, for Harris County is for 3,000, for Dallas there's 65,000, and this number changes, it increases, right? But for us, we're not interested in giving you millions of records for you to just randomly, set high equity, 5 years of ownership, etc., which is fine if you do. But again, our purpose is to focus again on niche data, right? Because a lot of times that's why you're not closing deals, unfortunately, right? And again, if you have your preferred vendors, etc., that have a lot more records, that's great. But for ours, what you get here, there's already a level of motivation. It's just up to you to figure out, what is that level of motivation, right? And again, made another video in the past where everything center around this document instrument types, right? For every county, same thing. So if we want to do, say for Dallas, same thing, pre-foreclosures, document types are all relevant to things that will lead to a foreclosure, right? And again, a lot of major vendors will only give you 3 of this. And for us, again, we're trying to give you more options. So that way, depending on your marketing strategy, right, you can consistently close deals, right? So again, super easy to use. Obviously, if you need support or if you want to learn more or ask any questions, you can always set up a demo call. It's a quick Zoom call, 30 minutes. We can answer all of your questions, show you how the platform works, maybe give you some ideas and whatnot, right? But it's very, very simple to use. And again, all of these other options that you see, you don't need to filter them down, but we add them as a way for you to know. Let's say if we sort this by tax delinquency, right? So here, there's already, again, a motivation factor plus tax delinquency. So that's additional motivating factor. And there's been depth in the past, right? As we scroll down, again, there's tax suits, right? Which makes sense because this is a tax delinquent as well, right? Tax suits, right? So that's also a really good way to verify if, that tax delinquency ended up in a tax suit as well. That created additional pressure or the stress factor, right? For the potential seller. So again, you don't have to filter in all of them, but you can see additional indicators of what's the situation as well, right? And we're starting to tie in a lot of our code violation data as well in here. So again, even if you were curious about like, hey, you know what? Let's see if there's any vacant properties that also have some sort of pre-foreclosure indicator, right? So even here, we can, so there are some as well. So like modification, mortgage, notice, lien, list pendants. Those are some pretty good ones, right? So we apply those. As you can see, there are 56 of those that apply that. And then you can see that this property was recently vacant, right? Vacant home, right? So those, they're vacant properties and there is a level of motivation for pre-foreclosure. So in my opinion, those are really good ones to act on quickly, right? And everything you can sort by this county date, right? This today is the 14th of January, right? So this one's vacant, we know that for sure, and there's a lien on it, right? And this is complaints from the neighbors, right, as well. Again, this sort of violation data as well is very intimate as well, so that way it gives you context into what's happening. So if you do get to on the phone with the property owner, then that property's already been vacant or abandoned, right? So, and especially if this person is out of state, that may even give you additional motivation, right? So in this case, there's one And if you jump on that, that could be a quick win. But anyways, just wanted to quickly show you how the platform works and how easy it is to export data. For us, we want to make sure that you act fast, right? And continue closing deals, because that's how we know our platform provides a lot of value, right? And again, if you're interested, we have a Skool community as well, right? You can join, ask any questions. We post a lot about projects, updates to our platform. We answer any questions that a lot of you may have, right? And again, if you're interested in signing up, you can county pre-foreclosures, right? If you're interested in signing up for the state or county, individual county subscription, you can do so. At the end of the checkout, if you decide to sign up and check out, you can enter LSP data for a 7-day free trial, right? And yeah, just check it out if it's a good fit. And obviously, reach out if you have any questions. Let's jump on a demo call if you're interested. And thank you for watching.